Hello, you guys, and welcome to day 6. Okay, as you can see, I have some tiny companions with me today to get cozy with us while we discuss series that have next installments coming out in 2026. Okay, that was like the hardest title or like explanation to try and figure out. I was like, how do I say this? But it's basically series that have the next one in the series coming out this next year. This is like for us to like wrap our brain around, keep our eye on. If there's a series you're like, oh shoot, I'm a few behind and I want to catch up so I can read this year's edition. Look, we're here to discuss it. I'm going to give you 10 series that have the next book coming out this coming year. Okay, we're starting with a little bit of a cheater, because this book actually comes out December 30th, 2025, but I'm like, it's so close to the new year, and I felt like I might as well put it on your radar because it is still a few weeks away. This is the next book in the When in Rome series by Sarah Adams. This next installment will follow the younger sister of the previous book, and she has gone to New York to become a culinary chef. And she might have just left the love of her life at home. And he might just be her brother's best friend. What a beautiful setup. And honestly, I did not read book 1 or 2 in this series, but I just read book 3, Beg, Borrow, and Steal, and I fell in love with it. So I will be picking this one up as well. Our next book is book 6 in the Finlay Donovan series, Finlay Donovan Crosses the Line. This one comes out March 17th, 2026. In this installment, things are a little more focused on Vero. She has criminal charges catching up with her for a crime she swears she didn't commit. The crime was stealing money from her treasury fund at her sorority while she was in college, and she ended up running away, changing her name, etc. If you read the series, you're kind of caught up on that. This book is going to dive deeper into that mystery, and we're going to figure out what really happened to the treasury fund. For me personally, I love these as audiobooks, so I'll just be picking up that audiobook when it comes out. Next is a book I have been anticipating for quite some time. The last installment came out in 2022, so I'm so excited for this book to come out on April 28th, 2026. This is the next book in the Truly Devious series, called The Velvet Knife. In this book, Stevie and her friends are in Manhattan at a New York apartment. She's looking for distraction after having a falling out with her longtime boyfriend, and so they stumble upon a murder, her best distraction, but it looks like it's going to be very complex, and she finds herself questioning a lot of human connection, and I do believe there's going to be some cult aspects at play here, so I'm so excited to pick this one up. I really, really hope this one keeps the good vibes of this series going. The next book is All Hail Chaos by Rees Brennan. This is the second in her Time of Iron series, and it will be coming out May 12th, 2026. I am not going to say too much about this one because I feel like it is more spoilery than some of the other descriptions so far. So I'm just going to tell you, book 1 had a massive cliffhanger. I'm so excited. It sounds like this is really going to be a villain story and talking about how much worse our main character made our villain. That's how I'm going to leave it, but I cannot wait for this one. This one might be my most anticipated release. Genuinely. Our next book is called Big Stick Energy by Sarina Bowen. This one is the second in the New York Legends series, and it will be coming out June 30th, 2026. I read the first book in this series this year, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, but what I really enjoyed was a little sneak peek of the couple to come next. This one centers around the hockey captain and the bubbly girl who works in the hockey office, and it looks like it's going to be centered around the fake dating trope. So I'm really excited for this one. I think this one will hit even harder for me than the first, so I'm going to have to be ready for that one when it comes out. I started this series this year and I read the first 2 books in it, and the third is coming out this year, called Lost and Found by Tarah DeWitt. This one is the next installment in the Spoons Oregon series. We should expect this one on July 14th, 2026. Tarah DeWitt writes very heart-wrenching, pulling your heartstrings type stories. And this one sounds like it'll be no different. Our main character, Bia, has lost her best friend and has always wanted to be a mom. She ends up being armed with her best friend's eggs and a bucket list to help her navigate these changing waters in her life. Silas is the brother of one of our past main characters, and he was recently in a firefighting accident. They're gonna come together. I'm sure it's going to be beautiful, delicious, and heartfelt. So I will be picking that one up when it comes out. Next is the third installment in the Love in Galloway series, The Autumn Affair. These are by Ivy Fairbanks. I absolutely love the first one in this series. Hands down, one of my favorite books still to this day. The second one did not do it for me, but I'm really hopeful that this third one will bring it back around. I believe in her, and I think this one will be wonderful. And it will be out August 25th, 2026. In book 2, we got a little sneak peek of this couple. It is going to center around Sorsha, and she is a flower shop owner, and Gabe, who is a premier event designer. This book says it's going to be a rivals to roommates to lovers situation, so we'll see where that takes us. Right now, we know they have a bit of a rivalry, and so I'm excited to see this couple be forced in proximity to each other and eventually forced to fall in love. Next is a book that I didn't even know I needed until I heard a second was coming out. This is Espíritu by Aiden Thomas, and its expected release date is September 8th, 2026. This is the second book in the Cemetery Boys series. I really don't feel like I should go into detail here because a lot of what's happening in the second book hinges on you knowing what happens in the first. So I just greatly encourage you to pick up the first book in this series if you haven't yet. It's extremely heartfelt, well written, and a story that you will not forget. It's very original. I gave this 5 stars. I think you need to pick it up, and then I think we need to pick this one up together afterward. Next is an installment by Julie Soto. This one is expected to come out December 3rd, 2026, and it's currently untitled, but it is the sequel to A Rose in Chains in the Evermore trilogy. We currently don't know much about the second book, but obviously it is going to continue to be an enemies to lovers romantasy. I know there were a lot of thoughts and feelings about the first book related to its fanfic origins. I will say I think you can read these books and enjoy them and have no idea about the context, about them being past fan fiction, and I don't think we should berate this author for other authors' misdoings, and she gave us a space to still enjoy that type of story without it being related to that author's name. So I'm not going to get into it super deeply, but that's just how I personally feel, and I'm excited to pick up this next book in this series. The last book I'm going to talk about today is a graphic novel, and I'm sure if you guys have been in the book space for a while, you know what series is about to have its final installment. This book is Heartstopper, Volume 6. There is not a lot of information released yet about this book, and we don't even have a release date yet, but rumor has it will come out in this next year. So bittersweet, but I'm also excited to have some finality and have the series be done too. Well, you guys, there are 10 installments coming out this year in 10 different series. I'm so excited to pick these up, but I'm also nervous about actually getting to all of them. As always, you need to fill me in on what you know and I don't. So is there a series that is getting a next book that you're excited about? Please leave it in the comments below. Of course, like and subscribe if you're enjoying, and I hope you enjoy the rest of 12 Days Till Christmas. Bye!